Hi guys, Mike here. Today I have for you this beautiful, classic, nostalgic 1982 Yamaha Virago. Now a little info on this bike. When I bought this bike, the guy told me the bike wouldn't turn over, it wouldn't do anything. Probably just needed a carb clean, but he was unsure. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna take my chances because the price was very low and I'm gonna try and get this thing going. So the first thing I noticed was the front tire was bad. It was completely flat, so I went ahead and ordered a brand new tire for the front. So that one's good there. The tire in the back was already good. I just went ahead and left it. It's in good shape. This is a shaft driven bike. Back here you can tell if you look at the shaft there, and actually that's really good because these bikes are they're pretty low maintenance and they're super smooth compared to your normal chain driven or belt driven bikes. So another thing about this bike was it was missing both the side covers and there was no battery. So I went ahead, I bought a brand new battery, put that in for you, and it's in really good shape, but you do need the right side cover. If anything, I can order that. They're like 30 bucks on eBay or wherever. I did buy this one. This is the fuel box. This is the air box here. The air box and this side cover goes over that. So that's what you got going on there. The lines are all really good on this bike, actually. The vacuum lines, the fuel, all that, it looks like somebody's already replaced them before, because normally on these 80s bikes, you know, they start to crack, start to give you all kinds of weird issues that you got to track down. So that was a plus. I did clean the carbs, went through them. They were horrible carbs, so I went ahead and I cleaned all those, and now this thing runs great. The only other issue this bike still has that I will probably end up fixing as well is there's no front brakes, because inside this thing was super nasty. Went ahead and cleaned that all out. I got new fluid in there. It's not pumping because there's probably still the corroded stuff in this line, so I'm going to clear out that line. It does have dual brakes on the front. Not sure about the back as well. On the back, probably on the back. Yep. So let's go ahead, let's take this thing for a spin and see how it runs. So let's try to go ahead and start this thing up and see what it does. Didn't even have to choke it. Did not even have to choke it. Okay, so as you can see, all the gauges work correctly. We got turn signals, all turn signals work. Yep. Okay, like I said, it needs the front brakes, but I'll probably fix those before whoever ends up getting this bike gets this bike. Okay, so the hazards, it's got hazard lights on it, which is completely cool. A lot of bikes don't have that. Let's take it for a spin. So it's pretty overcasty, cold day today, but you know what, it's never a bad day for a ride for me. I don't know about you guys. This is such a fun bike. This is a totally amazing bike. Just because it's so light for that engine, man. To have a 920cc engine and be as light as it is incredible. This is the perfect intermediate bike to start out on. If I would have started out on this, I'd have been very, very happy, because I could ride this thing all day long. Alright, let's get this thing out here and let's get it up to speed. I don't have plates on it right now or front brakes, so I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. I'll show you what it does. I'll take it back through these neighborhoods back here. Man, this is a fast bike. This is definitely a sleeper bike. People will not expect this thing to go as quick as it does. So like I said, they only made this bike from 1981 to 1983. So they're getting, you know, they're getting kind of rare nowadays. You'll see a lot of viragos. You won't see this one. See a lot of the 90s ones and whatnot. I think these are the coolest out of the bunch just because they're so original. And you know, I actually really dig this digital gauge and all, you know, just the way it looks. It's a standard. It's super comfortable. This seat is like, I don't even know, man. It's just like I'm sitting back. I'm not like a it's not like a cruiser bike. You're not sitting too far back, but you're relaxed, you know, while you're riding it. You don't feel like you're gonna die every 5 seconds. Handles really well around these little turns too. Oh, it's cul-de-sac. Let's do a loop-de-loop. We'll get this thing out in the open. It's got a cool sound of the engine too. I don't even know how to describe that. Probably needs a good carb tune. It's all part of it. I mean, this bike sat for so long that, you know, they just need ridden to get all the fluids flowing right. Get anything that's left in there out of there, which there's nothing in there. Just clean the carbs. Take it out this way. And you could definitely do long trip on this and not be hurting for sure, because your hands are so, like, the handlebars are really cool, man. Just the way they're made, they don't look like regular handlebars, and your hands are in like the perfect position for riding. Whereas a lot of bikes, you know, you got your arms way overly extended or too tucked in. This is a good standard. I don't know, I haven't looked it up. I'm not sure if this thing is a 5-speed or a 6-speed or what this is. I think it's a 5-speed. I'm clicking through the gears. I got a lot of gears here. Yeah, totally. I think it's a 6-speed. I don't know. We'll look it up later. You can look it up. Yep, we're cruising right along. Super windy today. Take this thing out this way. There's some cornfields and stuff over here. Hopefully I don't see any cops, because there's no plates. go this way. What joy. Man, there's nothing better than the feeling of riding a motorcycle like this. It's so smooth. Normally on bikes like this, you'd be shaken to death at high speeds. But this bike is like just straightforward cruising. What a cool sound, man. Crossroads T-Barn. We'll go back this way. I don't want to go too far right now. Just first gear right there. First gear, man. So I got a lot of power behind it. My legs are really comfortable too, man. Like this is a pretty good position right here. I got the clutch adjusted pretty good now. Back brakes work really good, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be riding around right now. Yeah, you could totally drive this thing away. You wouldn't even need to bring a trailer. This thing's ready to go. It just needs that front brake bled and cleaned out. I currently have this thing listed for $1,800 on Marketplace right now. But I'll tell you what, if you make me an offer and it's a good enough offer, I will totally probably go for it. Because, you know, I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to get this bike going with what the guy said. You know, the guy I bought it off of, he said, you know, it would idle a little bit if you got a battery in it, but it wouldn't do anything if you gave it throttle. So I initially thought, you know, just a carb clean. Well, I got a battery in it and it didn't do anything at all. Didn't turn on, nothing. So obviously I went through the fuses, found a blown fuse, got it cranked over, but like he said, yeah, it wouldn't give you any throttle. And the guy told me he cleaned the carbs, but yeah, he did not do that because I opened them up and they were horrible. So all I did, I cleaned the carbs. I went through all the lines, checked the vacuum lines, fuel lines. They're all in really good shape, like really good shape for a bike like this. And I put a new battery, a new front tire, and I really got this thing right. So obviously I'm driving it horrible right now. Really not used to this bike. But it's fun either way. Woo! Got a little bit of air. Let's do like a little Evel Knievel back there. So yeah, just if you see this, it's listed on Marketplace in Indianapolis, Indiana. My name's Mike. You can, you know what, send me a message with your phone number or anything, and we can work out a deal, because I'm not trying to get a whole lot out of this bike. just, you know, I just kind of wanted to see if I could even do it, if I could get it running and get this bike sold. And sure enough, this is in really good shape now. I've taken a lot of rust off. It does need clean, like little things like this, which you can just get like some Never-Dull and just wipe it and come off. But the forks look good. Headlight works, tail lights work, turn signals, back brakes work really well. So shifts smoothly. And this would be a great bike. This would be a perfect bike if this was your first bike, or even a guy that's just into these, you know, and you want to restore it. This bike is pretty much doesn't need much to be restored now. I've done most of the work. Starting to rain. I don't even care. This guy's right in my way. Come on, GT. You know what? This bike right now is probably faster than this GT with the way this GT is driving. Should we do a wheelie? Should we pop a huge wheelie right now? Nah. We're not gonna do that. That'd be awesome. It'd be pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that concludes this test ride on this 1982 piece of classic machinery we call the Yamaha Virago. So send me a message or write in the comments section